hanging around the towers, making sure the vision does not stay, but still doing a great job of controlling these Void Rays. But Overlord speed once again on the way out, as 3 more Overlords are coming out, but Dodoro in a great position at the moment. But he needs to make sure that Rise isn't going to do some massive droning right now, because these Void Rays can only control the map so much.
And, you know, they're taking out Overlord after Overlord, and it's causing a big situation with the supply block here. You know, it's nice to see that Rise is getting out more and more, but he's still not able to produce what he may be able to do a little bit more if he had those Overlords not being taken out. And, you know, he's sending out even more Overlords into the middle of the map, so as long as these Void Rays keep on trolling around, then they're just going to keep on dealing with these Overlords, and I don't know, Rise could have some problems if he doesn't get some anti-air. But speaking of, here's a Spire Fire Silver, so we're going to see that Spire go down and some anti-air finally come up and take down these Void Rays, something other than Queens.
Yeah, I'm interested to see why he's going for that Spire. I mean, you know, he could opt to go Mutalisks, but, you know, with Protoss having extremely fast Phoenixes able to get out, that could cause some real problems. And Dodoro seems to be focusing down this extractor for some reason. He doesn't want them to have any sort of gas mining going on. We're attacking from both ends now. One Void Ray going in the main, one going into the natural now. That Spore Crawler is out of position, and so is the Queen. And no going to pull it back. It is low on shield, doesn't want to risk it against that Queen, but Rise sneaks the Overlord in, gets to see everything going on. We'll see the Stargate producing nothing, but this Void is probably going to deny this third expansion.
Ooh, yeah, that's what it looks like, man. As that Void Ray does move on, and he cancels that expansion. Nice to see it canceled and not just destroyed. As we see Rise with his Overlord hanging out and palling around in front of Rooted Duro's base. He got a nice vision of his base and what his build was looking like. Now, if we take a look at the upgrades here, Fire, we do see level 1 melee attack on the, or level 1 ground attack upgrade on the way out for Duro, as that will be his first main upgrade. But holy Shazam, look at all these Mutalisks that are already out on the field, now starting to push across the field here. If we take a look at the economic situation, we see there are 48 drones out right now for for Rise, as Rise is going to save his Overlord here. Nice job. Oh no, the Overlord goes down anyway. But at least that Void Ray got what was coming to him. 51 probes are out right now for Duro, as we do see these Void Rays now, or not Void Rays, but Mutalisks push in the main base of Duro. They will have to leave, however, because of the anti-air situation of Duro's base with all these sentries and all these stalkers.
Yeah, and revealing those mutants kind of early there, but isn't actually going to force any Phoenixes at the moment. Still going for those Colossus, adding on a few cannons here to aid in that defense, but still going with the main composition that resolves around Colossus and just pumping them out like there's no tomorrow. But Rise going to move in once again and also run around the front with Speedlings here. See what damage he can do. Actually managed to take out quite a lot of probes because there isn't much there at the expansion, but still Rise managed to snipe a pylon here. 2 Stalkers are not going to be enough to deal with this. And will he take out that 3rd pylon? Yes, he will, and that Thermalance will be delayed.
Very much delayed. He's going to have to build a whole new pylon to get that powered up, just and able to get that upgrade on the way out. And while this was all going down, Fire Silver, we finally got a 3rd base going down from Rise. Very nice to see that 3rd base going down. Very nice to see him also droning up quite heavily now, getting out 14 more drones to cover up and to work on that expansion. We do see a macro hatch has been placed down from Rise earlier as this aggression continued. Looking at the upgrades, there is a flyer attack level 1 upgrade on the way out, just a few seconds from being finished here, as we see Rise now waiting to do a little bit of damage. But look at this, all these forces going to go ahead and meet up head to head with these Mutalisks, sending them back now, and it looks like Rise is also going for his 4th base. Very, very nice to see Rise getting into this macro game after laying on some final aggression.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard for Protoss to take a 3rd at the moment, because he's pretty much got to take the back seat on this. I mean, look how many lings are spread around the map right now. Anything that moves out of that base, Rise will know about. And these Mutalisks are coming in again, and there's 2 cannons here, but they're not really going to be enough to defend against all these Mutalisks. Nice positioning there of those Mutalisks just out of range, and all this army is going to have a lot of trouble getting past this mineral line. Trying to get in again to snipe out that pylon, but it just will not happen. And he's just being really, really annoying with these mutants like he should be. And there's just loads of pylons being made that he just flies straight into the main, and there is nothing here to defend this. There's only 1 cannon there, 2nd cannon just finishing up now, but still he can pick these small positions where these cannons are actually blind. and it's just going to hang at the back of the base. But still, look at the drone count. We got 62 drones to 50 probes. Rise playing very, very well here, making as many drones as he can and getting away with it because Doro just can't move out.
And, you know, not only that, but you know what else he's doing with this aggression from these mutes, man? He's building 1,000 cannons all over his base. That is a lot of freaking money that he's wasting on cannons when he could be getting stuff, he could be expanding, he could be getting more upgrades for his units, and so on and so forth. So, you know, very nice job by Rise to force him to build cannons, force him to be wary of his positioning, and it looks like Duro is going to go and push out, taking down all those drones, and now moving forward, going to be working down these two Mutalisks, as it looks like a little bit of a base race as Rise has pushed in with his Zerglings and his Mutalisks. Now these Mutalisks taking down all the cannons that have been built in the main base of Duro in the natural expansion as well, working them down left and right as we see this force, this death ball, so to say, from Duro, starting to push and taking down all of these freaking spine crawlers, but biding him time as we will see major damage going down on each of these players' bases. What is to come? 30 Zerglings on their way out. I don't think that's going to be enough to pay the Bulldog here with this death ball, man. It is not looking good. He needs to go back and defend his base. Fire Silver, oh boy.
Yeah, he's just gone straight for that base trade and did lose quite a lot, but you know, Dodaro did the right move here. Instead of going back to try and save as much of the base as he can, he just thought the base trade was the best thing, as he does have these 3 Colossus and they will help in no way against the units that are just flowing across the map. But it looks like Rise is just going to engage here, and this could actually work out with Rise. He is getting a good surround here with all these Mutalisks. They can just walk right over each other, but will he be able to break this enough? If he does, he will be able to come out ahead of this. Doing a good job now. Does only have 8 Mutas left. But there are just too many Stalkers and Sentries here, and we could see Rise actually be defeated in this game as he has no ground troops to back up these Mutalisks, and Mutalisks alone are not a good fighting unit. Spire will go down, and I don't know, man. I just think that Rise may actually get into Odin in this series.
You know, I think so too. Duro is just rampaging around. Still has 3 Colossus out, still has that 1 Void Ray, and is still doing massive damage at that +1 upgrade for his attack and the +1 shield upgrade. I think this quarterfinals is almost in the bag for Rooted Duro right now, as we see more Stalkers pushing in, and they're just dealing massive damage to these Mutalisks. Yes, the Stalkers are going down, but they're doing the damage that needs to be done. There's not much that Rise can do. I mean, he can go ahead and start building his production structures again in his expansions, but it's hard to say because, you know, there's really no security there.
Yeah, it's just these Mutas trying to pick off any sort of stray units, but they're just not good combat units. They do 11 damage per hit though, but they are pretty much like the last cannons. They're a very good harassment unit, and Rise is going to GG out now.
That's right, there is the GG. So we're going to see Duro sweep his opponent, another 2-0 in this series. Holy crap, people. Lots of sweeps have gone down already today. Well, yeah, actually, this is the second sweep of the quarterfinals. But earlier on Saturday when we broadcasted this whole thing, it was the same way. There was a lot of sweeps. We're going to see another matchup going down here in just a minute. Let me go ahead and get some music on. And I'm also going to support IMBAtv a little bit by jumping down a commercial. Thanks, guys. We'll just listen to music while we wait for that commercial to finish up here. And thanks, guys, for joining us. We're stoked to have you. Map of the month, man. A lot of fun. A lot of freaking awesome matches. The next one is going to be rough against Poke Bunny. That's right. That's right. Let's get this one going here in just a minute. And I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Everybody should be out of the commercial. Everything should be going well. I'm glad you're all here. We're having a lot of fun, man. It's always fun doing these events. The map of the month is a great map. Or, I mean, great event. We get to see new maps. The winner's going to win $100. We get to have an epic show for you guys. So let everybody know we're live, we're here, we're ready to go. The next one is going to be Rough against VT Poke Bunny, and the first map is going to be Ithaca. That's right, guys, the map with the destructible Xel'Naga watchtowers. And let's just go ahead and get this one going right here. Yes, I am going to BlizzCon. If that's the question you were asking. I don't get a free ticket. I actually had to pay for all my tickets. I'm bringing, you know, me and my girlfriend, we paid for our tickets, and we're going to be doing an IMBAtv meetup. I'm going to be giving away free IMBAtv shirts as well as free hats. Everybody's going to get a free hat for going to BlizzCon and hanging out with the IMBAtv crew. Well, me and everybody else, all the other Imbalonians. It should be a lot of fun. But yeah, so we're going to get this next one down, and it's going to be Fire Silver and Addicted bringing you guys this one. The map is going to be Ithaca. Let's take a look at that map real fast before we get going. My top hat is actually right over there, hanging on my wall. I didn't feel like wearing it today. Well, let's go ahead and get this one going. Fire, Silver, and Addicted. Are you guys ready to go?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, awesome to hear, awesome to hear. Let's go ahead and get it going then. Fire, Silver, why don't you go ahead and intro us in?
Sure. So let's get this going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So TVT is going to be very interesting on this map. That's all really. I'm really looking forward to see how the positioning works on this, because obviously the chokes and siege tanks go together so well, just like Protoss and force fields on very tight ramps. So we'll have to see how these players react, and also drops in these positions I think could work out very well. It looks like Poke Bunny will have the advantage of being able to drop in the natural of Rough space, and Roughs will not have that privilege as he will have to fight a little bit further. We'll be able to drop in this third if he does decide to take it. But those watchtowers, you can abuse those so easily with his tanks getting the full range advantage. So instance, if either of them go for that or they destruct it to stop the other player abusing them.
That's right, man. And I believe this is the first TVT on Ithaca. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this will develop. We see Rough now walling off here with the pylon, but not with the pylon, with the supply depot. And Poke Bunny is actually just gonna place his supply depot right next to the Vespian Geyser there, starting a SimCity sort of a wall off there next to his base. And Fire Silver, I hope and pray to God this is the game that we're gonna see one of those Xel'Naga towers being blown up.
I want to see one get smashed with a tank shell right to the face. And you've been playing too much Protoss recently, man. You think everything's a pylon, you scream in the night over it, you wake up in the night. But, you know, Poke Bunny going with his gas now and the barracks. And it looks like he did actually go barracks first, then the refinery. But Rough, double gas very early. Could we see the dreaded Cloak Banshees in this map? And it's going to be hard for him to spot because there's a lot of like grey area at the back of the map here. You can just fly over, and it's going to be hard for Poke Bunny to scout this. That Xel'Naga watchtower as well will not have vision of the very far south, so he could possibly get away with it. But both players now securing their orbital command, and neither player has actually scouted, apart from Rough. He's sending an SCV out now, so both players playing kind of blindly at the moment.
That's right, what Rough won't be recently as his ass gone scouting. But yeah, if I agree with you, if we do see some Cloak Banshee play, you know, it's a very risky way to go, but sometimes if you catch Terran out of position, you know, Poke Bunny obviously being in this case the other Terran, if Poke Bunny is caught out of position, he can very well lose the game, because Cloak Banshees are just so dangerous when you don't know that they're coming.
Yeah, definitely. You have to react to them very, very well. You do have the Marines, but you got to have a certain amount and a good micro to actually manage to take them down. But it seems like both players are opting to go for a factory here, and